Welcome back to my channel, Simply Isabel. This is my first video in 2022, so hello. I am so excited to be doing this video because I feel like I learned a lot from 2021, and I would say that a word to describe it is a lot of growth. I had a lot of growth in 2021, and so I kind of just want to share with you guys what it is that I learned in 2021 and what my goals are for 2022. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. I did take some notes just because I kind of want to stay on track with what it is that I learned, and like I said, everything that I have planned for 2022. Like I said, a word to describe 2021 would definitely be growth for me. I learned a lot about myself last year, about patience, about manifestation, and just manifesting in general. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about setting boundaries. Something really big that I learned last year was not just like those little regular boundaries that you set in everyday life, but like having to set really harsh boundaries, and sometimes with the people that you love the most. And that was something that I had to learn to do last year, and it was really impactful in my life and caused me to grow in a lot of ways, because it was something that I was not prepared to do in the past, and last year I had to pull the trigger and do for my own mental health and my own well-being. Something that I learned from last year is that it's really important to surround yourself with positive energy, especially like with me, like I'm a major empath, so I have to surround myself with people who have positive energy and positive vibes. That doesn't mean that people around me can't have a bad day or get angry or whatever it is. It just means like that they bring good into my life. Whatever I contribute to them, they contribute to me right back. And it's always a positive interaction. It's not always negative. So I had to learn how to cut out a lot of those negative relationships out of my life, and not even just cut them out. I would say some of them is just setting boundaries with certain people. So a quote that I learned from one of my NAMI officers, Corinne, from being at Sac State on NAMI on campus, is she said this quote during one of our meetings that has just stuck with me, because like I said, one of the things that I had to learn this year is setting those harsh boundaries and just accepting it and being okay with, you know, the reality that I have to put myself first. And like I said, I'm a major empath, and it could be very hard on me mentally to just let people go, because I feel for them so hard and I just want to help them. But my officer had given there was a presentation on boundaries. She said a quote that has stuck with me ever since, and that is, people who do not respect your boundaries or the people who are benefiting from them not being there. So when you are setting these boundaries, if someone is clashing you for it, it's because they were benefiting off of you not having that boundary before. And you know, you have to do, I've learned that, you know, that quote right there really opened my eyes to see that, like, oh, so maybe it's, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it's not me so much. It's just that I'm setting a boundary and they don't respect it because they were benefiting off of it. And that's why they're having such a hard time accepting it now. So that's something that I kind of had to majorly learn in 2021. Something else that I learned in 2021 and just became a major part in my life is manifesting. In the beginning of 2021, I had made a vision board, which was last year. And as the year went on, I just continued to learn about manifestation and just continue to do the work towards manifesting things in my life. And when I say that, like, I'm a true believer in manifestation. At first, I will say I was kind of skeptical. I was like, you know, just saying that you're gonna do something and putting it out like into the universe, like in pictures and all of that, and having it written out on a post-it in your car or in your bathroom mirror. How does that make something happen in your life? Like, I didn't understand it. And after like learning so much about it and following the steps for a whole year, I will say that I can proudly say that I have accomplished nearly everything on my vision board. Everything that is within my control that is on my vision board, I have accomplished. But I became a firm believer in manifesting. Just throughout the year, I worked really hard on speaking into existence the things that I wanted for myself. And I will say, the beginning of last year, like this time last year, I was not in a good headspace. I was not living on my own. You know, I didn't have my own space. I went from being independent to living in someone's home to my mental health wasn't that great because I just wasn't taking care of myself and I wasn't setting boundaries with people, and I, you know, was still in school and just couldn't quite see the end of the tunnel. I knew it was coming in the fall, but it just didn't feel real to me, and I had to do a lot of hard work to make sure that I was going to finish my classes and graduate on time. I had to do summer classes and everything. So last year, like I said, was full of growth for me, and I manifested. I was like, I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna do good in school. I'm gonna get my own apartment. I'm gonna get my mental health together. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna get a good routine for myself. And that is kind of what I worked on and did. And I could probably say that through manifestation, like a lot of things on my vision board have come true. And kind of like bouncing off that topic of, you know, living with Vincent's parents and, you know, all that stuff, and not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with school and all that, I had to learn patience. I had to learn that everything is gonna work out with patience. Like, I'm that type of person that wants everything to happen when I want it to happen. Like, in the same minute, I have no patience at all. And that is something that I had to learn this year, is that patience really is a virtue. And, you know, if you are like, good things happen in time. You know, the universe, I feel like, truly does have a plan for everybody. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, is kind of how I see it. Last year was a lot for me. I had a lot of big changes. I had a lot of, you know, really dark times in my life that I had to dig myself out of. Just like really just difficult things, and I had to overcome them and grow from them. And in the end, I overcame it all. I conquered it all, and I am here. I'm standing tall. I have everything that I manifested, and I just, looking back on it, I'm just like, wow, I'm truly in awe. Like, me and my best friend Lily literally will sit here sometimes with each other and be like, whoa, we manifested the fuck out of our lives. Because me and homegirl would be in the car, we would be driving, because I lived in Winters and she used to live in Winters, and we would be in the car and we would just be like, yo, like, we're so depressed. These are the things that we want in life. And like, we just felt like at the time that they were just so far out in the distance, like we couldn't get to them, like it just wasn't gonna happen for us. And now we both are like really out here chasing our dreams, doing a lot of the things that were on our dream boards that we made together, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like, we look at each other and we message each other all the time. We're like, bitch, like, I'm like, I'm proud of you, and she's like, I'm proud of you, and I'm like, we're proud of each other, because we're like, this is it. It's just like, we have to remind each other sometimes to like truly take a minute and be like, whoa. Like, sometimes I'm in my apartment and I'm just like, I have an apartment. Like, this is my space. Like, I got my space back. I have my own space. I can decorate. I can do what I want. And, you know, I'm just so excited to manifest this next year with you guys and for you guys to come along on this journey. Another thing that I almost left out, actually, that I manifested was starting a YouTube channel. It was one of the things that I put on my vision board, and I actually had the guts and finally got myself to do it. I've always just kind of been worried about like what other people would think, and I think that's just something that I had to overcome within myself and be like, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I don't give a fuck who watches this. This is something I want to do. This is something that I have fun doing, and I've made videos in the past and just never uploaded them. Just because I was just so critical of myself and just didn't think it was perfect enough, and so I wouldn't post it. I do feel like now I am in a better like headspace to be doing something like this, but all in all, I am so proud of myself, and I hope that you guys will stay tuned and continue to follow this journey with me. I have a lot of exciting things coming up this year. Oh, and Luna's coming up to say hello. I have a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening this year, and I want to take you guys along with me. One word that I would use to kind of define my goals for 2022 would be security. I use the word security because it is a word that I can use kind of broadly for different things in my life that I want to work on. But the main thing this year is just financial security. I feel like I just grew up, my parents are low income, and I, don't have the best relationship with money. And that is something that I truly want to work on. I want to learn about finances. I want to learn how to budget. I want to learn how to, I want to pay off my debt. And I want to learn how to do that effectively while also living on a budget and being comfortable. So now that I'm not in school and I'm waiting to go to grad school, but in the meantime, I'm like, I might as well work full time and within this year just kind of learn that aspect so that I can better myself in that part of my life. I feel like it is the time to do that, and I feel like I'm ready for it. So that is kind of my word to describe this year, is just security. Just be able to feel secure in my home because I am financially secure and I don't have to worry about bills or anything. To be able to feel secure that if Luna were to get sick, that I could, or get hurt, I could cover her bills. To feel secure in the fact that if something happened to my car, that I could pay for it to get fixed. Just things like that, so that I don't have to rely on people, that I can just be independent, because that is my ultimate goal in life, as I feel like it's for everybody. And so that is my goal going into 2022. But I would like for you guys to comment down below and let me know what is one word that you guys would use to describe last year for yourself, and what is one word to describe what your goals are for 2022. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I feel like it was just kind of something that I wanted to put out there because, like I said, last year was a lot for me and a lot changed and happened, and I just kind of wanted to sit here and self-reflect with you guys and talk about what our goals are to hold each other accountable for this upcoming year. I feel like when you talk about it with other people, it really does kind of make you feel like you're more accountable for what your goal is. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know what one word is that you would use to describe last year, 2021, and what is one word to describe your goal for 2022. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it. And if you're wanting to know when my next videos are coming out, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!